Enrico Wolf, and this is Uncut News. Yesterday, Scarming Yuri Dominguez spoke out in response to the shooting on his family's home, stating that if he is harmed, no one gets paid, as violence will not make the investments flow any quicker, according to him. He also stated that he received messages prior to the shooting demanding that he cough up the dough or he gets hurt. He is also denying that he staged the attack. However, he also told Leroy Smith that he has repaid some $94 million thus far and needed another 5 to 6 weeks more to commence repaying people. Whether any of this is true or not, well, I have absolutely no idea. But as always, we will keep you posted. Last night, police busted one pistol-pocking old man on the west end of the Demerara Bridge. According to police, a 61-year-old resident of Charlotte Street, Bordeaux, was arrested with a .38 caliber revolver after they saw him approach the bridge roadblock in a suspicious manner. Whatever that means. The officers searched his car and found the revolver. Grandpa is currently in police custody. The fast action from the fire service this morning saved the century-old Fogarty's building from burning to a crisp. The fire reportedly started at around 9:30 a.m. in the kitchen area of the building. Fire teams from Central Fire Station, Albert Town Fire Station, West Rumvelt Fire Station, and the fireboat were dispatched to out the flame. Investigators believe that the fire was caused by a malfunctioning extractor fan. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2012 Toyota Allion. It comes with TV, navigation stereo, crystal lights, mag rims, fog lamps, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.1 million, or pay down as low as $620,000 with around $60,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call the WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Row Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. First they were sending their naval ship, and now the U.S. Coast Guard is sending their naval commander. Next week, the commander of the United States Navy's Southern Command, Admiral Craig Fowler, will visit Guyana to meet with the government to discuss the shipwrighter agreement between the two nations. He will also take part in the signing of an acquisition and crossing servicing agreement, which will allow for the exchange of goods and services of equal value to support future bilateral defense cooperation. Interpret that however you want. Anyway, the JDF and the US Coast Guard is scheduled to commence the first of a series of joint exercises in the coming weeks, which will mainly focus on, quote, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, end quote. Yes, illegal fishing and nothing else. For most of last year, we were on lockdown. Well, sorta. But despite the decrease in activity on the roads, the statistics say that for 2020, the nation recorded 139 auto deaths. That was an 8.56% increase from 2019. The Road Safety Council also found that a majority of deaths involved male drivers who are either speeding, driving under the influence of alcohol, and oftentimes both, obviously. As such, the Guyana National Road Safety Council is once again calling on the nation's drivers to exercise more caution on the roadways to reduce the number of deaths. And as I always say, don't drink and drive. Speaking of reckless drivers, 42-year-old motorcyclist Dwayne Rose was hospitalized yesterday following an accident on the Springland public road in Quarantine Belize. According to police, Rose was riding along his merry way when the car in front of him, driven by Erman Yassin of Quarantine Belize, made a sudden U-turn, straight into the path of the motorcyclist. Rose is currently a patient at the New Amsterdam Hospital, while Yassin is in police custody. Great news for those of you who are still looking for an affordable smartphone. The sale has been extended. Get the Logic L60 for just $20,000. It comes with 1-year warranty and free digital Prime bundle. It is available at Cellular Plus in the City Mall, Starbucks Square, and Sunday opening at Massey Providence and Massey Turkine. Don't miss out! Yesterday, a 55-year-old Brazilian miner, known only as POI, died of an unknown illness at around 7 p.m. at Sandhill, Oku Bakdam. According to reports, the miner complained to other workers at his mining camp of pains and swelling in his abdomen. They attempted to medevac him out of the camp, however he died before reaching the Bartica Public Hospital. See, that's why you couldn't pay me enough to work in the interior. Now it's time for today's Rona Report. Today, the nation recorded 41 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 167. There are now 6 persons in the ICU and 296 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 6,510. So, please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. 3 British women have been convicted of attempting to smuggle $68,000 worth of cocaine from Jamaica into the UK back in November of last year. 20-year-old Katara Mati of Greater Manchester, 23-year-old Shantori Daniels, and 27-year-old Shaliqua Talbot, both from Birmingham, pleaded guilty to importing Class A drugs. On Thursday, Talbot was sentenced to 32 months in prison, while Daniels was convicted and sentenced to 32 months, and Marty was sentenced to 3 years. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2021. Lenora Estates, West Coast Demerara properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or +1 516 476 2172. The government of Haiti has embarked on a program to give broadband internet access to 2.7 million people across the country over the next 5 years, something we couldn't even imagine dreaming of. Anyway, the program is one that will enable Haitians to access cheaper and faster internet connections through the World Bank grant of US $60 million that has led to the rollout of fiber optic cables on the island. Under the program, nearly 1,300 public sector institutions will gain access to high-speed internet service. The project is approved to start in 2021 and will close in 2026. And now for our weird news story of the day. While Donald Trump has shown that he is ready to sacrifice anyone to hold on to his position as America's top politician, the race to be the mayor of a Houston suburb ended this week with the winner's name being drawn from a top hat. Sean Skipworth and Jennifer Lawrence were vying to be the next mayor of Dickinson, but they each ended up with 1,010 votes after a runoff election last month and a recount earlier this week. According to Texas law, a tie in a race for public office can be resolved by casting lots. Skipworth became mayor after a ping-pong ball with his name was pulled out of a hat during a ceremony Thursday that lasted about 10 minutes. Dickinson is located about 40 miles southeast of Houston, and they have more than 21,000 residents. Too many terrible drivers on the road. Don't be one of them. Book a beginner's driver's course with fast learners. Forget asking your relative to teach you. They will haul upon you like you's a dog. Fast learners are professional and makes it easy for you to learn with less anxiety. Call them now on telephone number 690-6868 or follow them on Facebook at Fast Learners Driving School. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, do you think Exxon is being completely honest about their environmental impact on our nation? Jay Jairam said, it doesn't matter if Exxon is telling the truth or not. How is Guyana going to verify? If by some miracle Guyana gets the truth, what can we do about it? Oh man, isn't that the truth? It's a bummer, but you've got a good point. So tonight I leave you with this question. Haiti has just received funding from the World Bank to expand broadband internet access throughout the nation. Seeing as the monopoly with GT&T has ended here, should we approach the World Bank for a similar deal? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it on Monday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Until next time, I'm Noriko Bullport saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha ha! Good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.